Check 1 2, check 1 2. That's right, I'm running behind. Man, I be busy, man. I got a lot going on, man. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you hear me? I be having a lot going on, man. Listen, I appreciate your patience, family. Man, do y'all realize? Do y'all actually realize that it's a new white supremacist? Family, the white supremacist is no longer. I like this hat. It's raggedy, but I like it. I like it. Demonstrate. I gotta get me some more of these. Are y'all in the building? The white supremacists. Y'all looking for the European to be the white supremacist. I think y'all wrong. I think y'all wrong for looking for the Europeans to be the white supremacists. I think y'all looking for the wrong white supremacists. Yeah, I think y'all looking for the wrong white supremacists. Family, can we change the dynamic? Can we start looking at the white supremacists amongst us? And what we mean, the white supremacists, we need to look at the races amongst us that's working for the races outside of us. I think that's what we need to start doing. Real talk. I think on the grassroots, when we talk about grassroots, I think that we need to start. I'm telling you right now, we need to start canceling those amongst us that do the same exact thing that what they say the white supremacists do. If the white supremacists can make jokes and call us monkey, then if one of ours do the same thing, then guess what? He need to be canceled. No matter where you find them, they need to be canceled. You got to cancel them. That's it. You know what I mean? 1 second. I still got some stuff that I want to put towards this show real quick. It's crazy that people will even entertain this. Do people realize that if one would talk about a sister from Africa, a sister from Haiti, a brother from Africa, a brother from Haiti, that's how they really feel about anybody that has that type of facial features, phenotype? You've never seen this. Have y'all ever witnessed this amongst other groups of people? Anybody ever witnessed this amongst other groups of people? Let me look. What foolishness is I'm talking, Black Truth? What foolishness am I talking, Black Truth? Black Truth, I want to hear from you real quick while I finish getting my stuff together. What foolishness am I talking? You want to call in real quick? I be leaving the line open when everybody got something to say. I leave the line open and no one wants to have nothing to say. And now I don't have the line open, but I mean, do you have something you want to say? You want something you want to share? You want something you want to share with the class, Black Truth? Anything? Or you just here? Because I need to get the show started. You know what I mean? What up, Lex? I would love to bring you back on the show, Lex, see what you got going on. See some of your commentary. Would you like to come on the show? Let me show you something, family. At the end of the day, but man, we're going to lay this out, family. At the end of the day, we know that, what's up, Steve Austin? We know that all of this rhetoric that goes towards our people from the leader of the FBA is ridiculous. It is crazy that people still see this guy as a reasonable source for information, for comedy, because it's not even funny. It's not even funny that one would post a video whether from him or someone else, that will post a video, even if some crazy fool decides to act as a crazy fool, that someone will post a video depicting the imagery that we seen. Y'all might didn't see it on his Twitter. I don't know. Did y'all see it? Maybe y'all didn't see it. Let me see. If y'all didn't see it, I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick. Maybe y'all didn't see it. It's just unbelievable to me, though. It's unbelievable to me. Let me show y'all one of these pictures real quick. Let me show y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all the whole thing. This is the foolishness that he posted, family. And just make me want to speak on this. Because listen, at the end of the day, I'm really done with speaking on Tariq. I really am. Thank you so much, Jay Bones. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. I'm really done with speaking on this brother, because if people are going to fall for the okie doke, then what more can I say? Do you know what I mean? What more can I do? But then I become compelled to, I'm just compelled to remind people, like, this is insanity. This is truly insane. You know what I mean? So I got to share it with you. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got to share it with you now and give you my perspective on it. I mean, I ain't got no choice now. But this is truly insane that someone would even listen to this guy. It's insane. How many people listening to this guy? Let me get this to you real quick. Who would listen to a guy that will post something as racially motivated and derogatory as this? Who call themselves black would listen to a guy like this? Do people have any self-respect anymore? Do people have any self-respect anymore? This is going too far. Like, this is going way too far. Who would respect a person? Like, it wouldn't matter if, see, one thing that we got to remember is that all of these terms that Tariq Nasheed uses to degrade our people, they all come from white supremacists. When you look at that, right? When you look at that, give me a second. When you look at that, you got to remember this, that I'm about to pull up something real quick. Give me 1 second while people come up through here. Family, as you coming in, hit that thumbs up. I just want to demonstrate something to everyone real quick to show them how crazy this is. You know what I mean? I want to show everyone how crazy this is, that people would still listen, support, donate, and do anything in the cause that this guy present to people. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm going to break this down in a minute. First of all, when you see a picture like that, y'all see the picture up there? When you see the picture up there like that, the first thing comes to mind is even if the crazy person that made the video thought that it was funny. You know what I mean? We know it's not funny. Because here in America and across any type of conscious lines, we know that the European depicted us as a monkey, as an ape. We know without a doubt or contradiction that even when the European did the painted faces, they painted them face in the face of an ape. If you don't know, I'm about to share it with you in a second. They was making the face sometimes with the big lips, the big red lips, and then sometimes, more times than not, they made the imagery of an ape. Let me pull up a few things for you real quick. Whenever you see this, family, and you see people, let me show you something real quick. Back in the day, this is the way the game was played. Let me show you something real quick. This is how the European would clown us back in the day. See this? This is somebody imitating Sammy Davis Jr. This is how they came at us back in the day. And to have a person to look like us. Hold up. First, let me show you. I want to illustrate this really clear. So work with me. And I was working on putting this thing together so I can really tell the story. You know what I mean? The best way I can. So this is, I'm getting it right now. This is how the European would depict us. Let me get a chimpanzee, because that's what they used to. And I got to do it like this, you know what I mean? Because this is what they use to illustrate who we were, and our intelligence was that of a chimpanzee, and that theirs was a step higher than ours. And so when you look at blackface didn't only represent Europeans dressing in blackface with some paint. They were also pronounced around the mouth. You understand what I'm saying? They would have pronounced around the mouth, the clear area of the mouth, as a chimpanzee. And now today, you have the leader of the FBA perpetuating that same stereotype that came from Europeans that brutally whipped us, brutally. It's just sad, man. I gotta stop for a second. This is just unbelievable that one would look at this guy as someone that is beneficial. I don't even care if a person called themselves FBA. How can one, in good conscience, say, this is the guy that I listen to. This is the guy that I look up to. This is the guy that has been influential in my life. Unbelievable to me. And then got the nerve, with no apology, to try to blame it on somebody, to try to blame it on, oh, these are Africans and these are African like, I'm going to share a few things with you tonight. And hopefully, it can clear up some of the misunderstanding. You know what I mean? Hopefully it can clear up some of the misunderstanding as it relates to if this guy is with those people he say he's fighting for, or if it's just a grift in a circus sideshow. This is what the post was. This is the post. This is the post. Let me do it one more time. This is the post. I want y'all to see it clear. This is the post. So even the unconscious guy in the video that actually made the video, he doesn't deserve to have it reposted. Because obviously he is struggling for some type of social media view that could ultimately translate into some money, I would imagine. I could only imagine that would be the only reason one would stoop to that level. But in the meantime, in between time, we got to remember that this is how the Europeans depict us. Here is Judy Garland in blackface. And remember, the white around the mouth wasn't always about big lips. It was to give the idea of the face of a chimpanzee to a degree. And when I say to a degree, I mean to a degree, because the chimpanzee is known to have the light, no hair around the face. No, Paige. Let me explain something to you, Paige. This is where we go wrong, where we think everybody is as smart as you are. Brother Page, everybody is not as intelligent as you. Everybody do not go back into 1938 and understand what blackface is. Everybody don't understand that the white marking around the face did not just represent lips, but it also represent the facial features of a chimpanzee. Page, everybody are not that detailed oriented as you may be. And so, with that being said, this show might not be for you tonight. This show is for those, it's a younger generation also that might see the show, that don't even know what a blackface is. There's a Kodak Black generation out there that might stumble upon this, that may not understand what it is. There's a little Wheezy generation that may not know what it is. I mean, so brother, we got to make sure that we cover all bases when we're teaching something that's relevant. Like, a lot of people think that I turn on this for sensationalism, but in reality, my desire is to get people to start thinking, like, hold up, what is going on? And back to the point that I'm making, why is it that people still see this guy as a reasonable source of information? That's one of the points that needed to be made. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see something. Why am I? Yeah, that's one of the points that need to be made. That's all, Paige, L. And I'm feeling some type of way about this, because they go on as business as usual. They just go on with business as usual. And so, but when it comes to talking about us.
You see how fake and phony this little bastard is? A lot of these coons.
Listen to this. This is how bro feel about us.
Fake and phony.
Let me bring it up to speed a little bit.
American women, and on that.
But let's be honest, you rarely see a slim chocolate sister. If you see a slim chocolate sister, either she's 15 or she's on crack.
He said if you see a slim chocolate sister, she either 15 or she's on crack. This is how he feels about us.
You see how fake and phony this little bastard is? Yeah?
I want you to hear that one more time.
American women, and on that.
But let's be honest, you rarely see a slim chocolate sister. If you see a slim chocolate sister, either she's 15 or she's on crack.
And people still see this as a reasonable choice for information. As a reasonable choice for information. This is insane to me. This is insane to me. And at the same time, when he does that, he hires a European publicist. Y'all remember that? He hires a European publicist. Y'all remember this? The publicist. This is his publicist. If y'all don't remember. If y'all don't remember. These are the people that he hires with FBA money. Family. The cameraman, all of this. See what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is, how can this guy sit around like this guy's supposed to been canceled? How does he get to do this crazy stuff and no one checks him on it? But then at the end of the day, hire everything outside of what he talks about to do all his money-making projects. It just blows me away. It just blows me away. Let me go a little step further. And while he's talking about grassroots, he lives in a gated community. He lives in a gated community calling himself grassroots. See that gate behind there? Where the news lady is talking about when the police raided his house. He lives in a gated community. And he's talking about he's grassroots. He lives around the corporate white supremacists. Those are his neighbors. But he got them convincing that this is the grassroots. He got everybody convinced that this is the grassroots. You know what I mean? This is the grassroots. Family, let me tell you something. Let me share this with you.
I'm like, there's rumors going around that your mother-in-law is white. And it was like, what? Not Tariq. He is so down, and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? What's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife.
I'm like, there's rumors going around that your mother-in-law is white. And it was like, what? Not Tariq. He is so down, and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? What's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife's mother is white. Yeah, but my wife is black. So what they got to do with it? My wife.
I mean, what do you mean your wife is black? We have, okay, this is a good conversation. I'm not trying to fire shot at you or anything, but it's like I watched, hey, there's rumors going around that your mother-in-law is white. And it was like, what? Not Tariq. He is so down, and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? What's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife's mother is white. Yeah.
And let me say, there's nothing wrong with his mother being a European. But to attack those of African descent with Europeans living in your house, around your house, you know what I mean? Hey, there's something wrong with that. My thing is, you choose whoever you want to be with. So that ain't my business. But once you choose and then you attack the same ideal that you're born under, that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Because at the end of the day, your mother-in-law comes over for dinner. Your mother-in-law watches your children. Your mother-in-law cater to the nurturing or nurture your children. But you talk greasy about quote-unquote black people, but you have a mother-in-law that is of the European persuasion, and you never say anything derogatory towards anybody else. Even when he talks about white supremacists, do anybody ever notice he never zero in specifically on a white supremacist? Unless he have the actors come on his show. Anybody ever notice that? Like, for instance, he would talk about Roland Martin. He would talk about, he haven't talked about her in a while, Michi X. He would talk about, who else? Talk about so many people. But when it comes to specifically Kamala, he would talk about all these people. But he never, ever call a white supremacist by name. Anybody ever know that? Unless it's set up. Unless it's set up on his stream. Anybody ever notice that? Am I the only one that noticed that? I hope I'm not the only one that ever noticed that. I hope I'm not the only one that noticed that. Because I'm going to tell you what. At the end of the day, I can't find nobody where he just came raw with. I can't find it. Let me share a few more things with you. I think I'm going to try this one. Let me try this one. No, not that one. Let me try this one. Let me see something.
My signal is acting kind of janky. Oh, man.
I got something that I really want to show you where, if I can find this other video where this guy, oh, here we go.
All over the planet, people. Where?
How did I mix my videos up? I don't know what's going on here. I didn't mix my videos up. But anybody remember this? Anybody remember this? These are the people that work at the Hidden History Museum. These are the people. But he calls the people that look like him monkeys. But he calls the people that look like, this is the new white supremacist. This is the new white supremacist. That we're going to pull it all out tonight. I'm digging in the files, so work with me. I'm actually digging in the files. I'm digging in the files as we speak. I got so much over here right now, but there, I'm digging in the files as we speak. Because this is crazy. People need to realize, let me see if I can listen to this. I thought listen to this.
It ain't all about your bling, because white women come, or a lot of white women come from pretty cool families. They've seen stuff. White women have traveled, so you're not really impressing her with your little bling bling in your rims and all that shit that you can impress a Latina girl or a black girl with. White girl ain't doing all that shit. So you gotta come out your mouth. You gotta put your watch up, put the rims back up, and come out your mouthpiece. Because that's what's going to impress her. Somebody with some decent, confident conversation.
But he said that black women are crackheads. But he says, and I agree with Haiti Boy. Boycott affect his finances. We should ban him from our spaces. That's right. Haiti Boy. One thing that has to happen is people got to stop engaging this guy. In other words, what I mean by stop engaging him, people got to stop having conversations. When he bring up a conversation, everybody need to ignore him and go and have their own conversation. That's the fact of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. And leave him to his own devices. That's what have to happen. That's literally what's going to have to happen. Because other than that, he's using these conversations and these spaces to keep him relevant. He used it to keep him relevant. And he's keeping himself relevant amongst the ignorant. This is what he says about.
And that's another thing, some of those Afro-Latino
people that
chicks
look like him.
They try to let people know that they're Latina by over-enunciating Spanish words. And it's so fucking corny. I hate when they do that. Whenever they say a Spanish word, they have to just be overboard. Yes, I was going to the store and I had to get an empanada. Okay. I'm very, I was very hungry, and then I went to here Portland to get a burrito. I'm like,
you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Why do people think that's entertaining? Like, we need to grow up as a people. For those who think that's entertaining, they need to grow up as a people. They got to grow up. They got to grow up. Like, if they really think that's entertaining, that's insane that one would entertain this stuff. Unbelievable. Man. It's crazy to me. Listen, at the end of the day, what people need to be investigating is what year was this? When this lady was naked in a hotel room. Possibly underage. What need to be investigated is this hotel and this photo. What need to be investigated is this trafficking from Haiti. That's what needs to be investigated. That's what needs to be investigated at the end of the day. The underage trafficking needs to be investigated. The statute of limitation hasn't gone out yet. Those are the things that need to be looked into. Those are things that need to be looked at and looked into. And that's the fact of the matter. Now, let me take you here. People need to understand that Trump had a plan of divide and conquer, and they're talking about it now. Donald Trump's divide and conquer scheme for Black America. Google it. It's in the news. And it all makes sense that the guy from MSNBC would do the guy from MSNBC would do an article and talks about how Tariq is splitting people into Tether's FBA. And he's going all the way to the very extreme with it. When in fact, we are all in the same boat. When you slice the pie, we all in the same boat. You know what I mean? It's the have and the have-nots, all in the same boat. This is insane to me that no one is no one is catching on. No one is, what makes a man think that it's okay to be this foul towards the same people he claims to be a part of the group? Even when he called someone a bed wench. Anybody know that was one of the terms? This is an article from an old paper. That was one of the terms that was used to call the quote unquote the slave woman that was forced to sleep with the slave holder. When they say a bed wench, they mean that she was passed around against her will. Against her will with the slave holder. And whether it was to protect her children, protect her husband, protect her cousin, protect those that was in her group, she did not resist. But he carried on the conversation of a bed wench, even till this day. He carried on the conversation of the monkey that the Europeans describe us as, even till this day. Somebody say, how did the Moors treat the European women? I never heard any stories of Moors treating European women greasies. But what I will say is that the Moors in Spain, they did lost their power from when they intermingled with European women. Absolutely. They sure did. When they intermingled and they their wives was in Africa, and guess what? It has nothing to do per se about European women. It has everything to do about morals and values. The moment that you drop your morals and values, your kingdom will fall and someone else will rise to the top. So Khalid, Walid, how did Moors treat the European women? You tell me. You tell me. I have never read no story where Moors mistreated European women or any other women for that matter. I've never read it. But what I will tell you is that the moment that you drop your morals and your standards, your kingdom shall fall, and someone else will take charge. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was a slick shot or whatever. It doesn't make no difference to me, because I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. That's just how I am. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. And that's the truth of the matter. But now back to the point. Family, I just feel some type of way that people still follow this stuff. I mean,
we're affected by all of what.
I really feel some type of way. I really feel some type of way. Let me see this real quick. Let me share something else with you real quick. I had quite a few things, but I think what I did was, oh yeah. So here is the guy from MSNBC. He writes, another pickup artist, Tariq Nasheed, is known for peddling pro-Trump propaganda and leads the MAGA-friendly group Foundational Black Americans, which works to pit Black Americans against immigrants. So, at the end of the day, it's like everybody know what's going on except for the FBAs acting like it ain't that serious. Like they're in the blind. Let me take you on back a little bit. But let me tell you something about the Kamala thing. When he tried to crash on Kamala, I have a video. I might have to go get it. Let me Let me share this one.
So,
Let's go over this one real quick. Family, I want to educate you on this real quick. I want to educate you on this. Listen closely to this.
the secret of propaganda is to simplify complex or complicated things, to make them as simple as possible. As simple that even the less ingenious man can understand what I mean. Simplify. Then, secondly, repeat it every day. Simplify and repetition.
This is what's going on. FBA, Umar Johnson does it too. Simplify and repeat. Simplify and repeat every day. This is what's going on. Listen.
The secret of propaganda is to simplify complex or complicated things, to make them as simple as possible.
Listen. Simplify complicated things and make them as simple as possible. And then keep repeating it. This is what they do about reparations. Reparation is a complex thing. And I broke it down from the respect of California, and people from Cali getting mad at me, but I'm telling them that California, for number one, reparation is a legal thing. That's number one. And it have to work through the president, or it has to be a legal process through the courts, et cetera, or it have to be a political move. And California do not and did not have the positioning as it relates to owning slaves to put up a good fight. And California have a Republican governor that sides with the Republican Party not to dispense reparations. So I say that's the wrong place to start, and people get mad at me. So what FBA does, they say, no, give us cash. See how simple that is? Don't worry about if someone, Tariq Nasheed say, if someone decides to go and smoke crack with their money, that's their business. Simple. Give us cash. We want cash payments, and simple. But anywhere in the world where you see where reparations was distributed, it was never that simple. They allotted education. They allotted some for building. They allotted some for restoration. They allotted some for cash payments. They allotted some, it wasn't that simple. It wasn't never that simple. Not to mention that they had people that was organized and they had a spokesperson to make the claim, to distribute the money. It was never that simple. But the FBA would say, we just want our money. They're just like simpletons. And guess what? The leader of the FBA hold up. We're going to get into that idea that there is no leader too. We're going to get into that in a minute. So the leader of the FBA just keep on repeating, no, we want cash payments. No, we want cash payments. No, we just want cash payment. And then you got the people that's running behind and say, we want cash payment. So this guy, he's breaking it down. He says,
as simple that even the less ingenious man can understand what I mean. Simplify. Then, secondly, repeat it every day. Simplify and repetition. That's the secret of modern propaganda.
All right. So the game is over, right? I didn't watch 1 second of the game. I did not watch the Super Bowl at all. I know personally, I just had no interest in it. I heard, certain things on social media. And just not my cup of tea, but I don't knock people for their preferences. The halftime show, that was good. I didn't watch 1 second. I didn't watch no commercials. I didn't even have the TV on. Nigga.
So the thing is this. What happens is is that the persuasive lie, the meaningless this is what he's doing right here. I want to break this down to you. What up, Brian A? The meaningless persuasive lie. The meaningless persuasive lie is things like this. Family, pay close attention. The meaningless persuasive lie. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not into the Super Bowl. Just something I don't do. Another meaningless persuasive lie. And I'm going to show you what the term I coined called persuasive lie. It just don't persuade you to believe what they're talking about immediately. It grabs your attention to get ready to believe what they're about to talk about. So he'll say, anybody in Atlanta? Where's the good food in Atlanta? I need to get something good to eat in Atlanta. Is somebody in there from Atlanta? Another one. Anybody anybody know anything about getting dual citizenship? Anybody know anything about dual citizenship? Email me in the morning because we need to get dual citizenship, in Africa. Somebody email me in the morning. That's persuasive. You know what I mean? It's not what he's not what he's saying. It's what he's about to say. He's grabbing your attention. You know what I'm saying? Another one that he likes to say, with the liquor license of the club. Anybody know anybody that can help with a liquor license? Yeah, we need to get a liquor license. Anybody know? He ain't trying to get no liquor license. They already turned him down. Another one he done. We had to use what they call the shopping thing, Uber. Uber Eats to get liquor or something. Something he had mentioned about no liquor at the club. And he just keeps saying it over and over and over. And people get caught up in that. You know what I mean? What's it? DoorDash. We ran out of liquor and we get DoorDash. What person has an event and use DoorDash for liquor because they run out in the middle of it doesn't even make sense. So these lies are meaningless, but what it is to grab your attention to set you up for the greater lie that's about to come.
I had the Netflix on so that's what I was doing. Didn't watch the Super Bowl. No, I didn't. I know I didn't.
See, these are worthless lies, but he's going to keep saying it because the propaganda follows.
Some things that I heard, there was a Trump, and they just use us as mascots. We're just mascots for these people. Let's be very clear. What Trump is doing, Trump ain't really trying to get the black vote. Trump is just really, relatively speaking, if we're in a prison, let's be very clear. Trump got the white supremacist vote.
Y'all listen to this? This is what he used to say to grab people attention. Listen to it. I need y'all to clip this because now it done change. And it's always going to change.
Trump has the white supremacist vote on lock. He ain't trying to get no damn black vote. He don't need it.
If Trump got the white supremacist vote, how can he come back later and say that Trump is growing on me? Y'all remember that post? Listen, he knows Trump got the white supremacists. If Trump has the white supremacist vote, why would he have your vote?
You got millions of white supremacists on your team. You don't need it. You just have to undermine the Democrats, which is...
Do you hear what he said? He just told you to play. And where the bread is coming from. I want you to listen to this one more time. Listen to this. Jamo 13. No. Listen to the psychology. Whether Trump need black votes or not is not the point. Don't let this go over your head. This is showing you where the flip came. He said the Trump already got the white supremacist vote. He don't need black votes. All he got to do is undermine the Democrats. What does FBA do? This is how you know some money is changing hands. This is how you know. This is how you know. It's not about reparations. It's not about somebody is being paid to undermine the Democrats. And none of them have our best interests. The Democratic Party or the Republican Party doesn't have our best interests at heart. See, don't get caught up in, and see, that's the word salad that he plays. That you get caught up, oh, he got the white. No. Listen to the play for play. This is the play.
Trump has the white supremacist vote on lock. He ain't trying to get no damn black vote. You don't need it. You got millions of white supremacists on your team. You don't need it. You just have to undermine the Democrats, which is not easy. I mean, it's not hard to do because that's pretty easy.
He just gave you the play. The job of FBA is to undermine the Democrats, not to get you reparations, not to move you forward. The job of FBA was created, say it with me, everyone, to undermine the Democrats. It wasn't created to get you moving anywhere. It was created to and I gotta say it. That's the only reason it was created. That's the only reason. And we see in real time, this was a few years ago. And we see in real time, Mellow Streets says, it's so sad to see NOI brothers is down with FBA. Brother, NOI, majority of the NOI brothers, with all due respect, they have always been in their own lane, brother. Let me take a sidebar for a second. Whenever the Nation of Islam did something, it was for the Nation of Islam. It was never for, quote unquote, melanated people any and everywhere. The objective of the Nation of Islam has always been to get people to join the Nation of Islam and get on the tier of the hierarchy of passing up the bread from the bottom to the top, the pyramid. Nation of Islam has never been, and people made this, when they say they clean up a black person off of drugs and from pimping and all that, if we keep it a stack, those people that was cleaned up was then put into the system of the Nation of Islam to benefit the Nation of Islam. And if you were not a part of the Nation of Islam, you did not receive the benefits that those who were members of the Nation of Islam. That's all facts. No strike against the Nation of Islam. That's their thing. You either join us or you are out here. You follow me? And this is what I fight to separate that from the ideal of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Because the Moorish Science Temple of America, we are all in this together. Whether you join or not, we got the same enemy. We got the same problem. We got the same consequences when we go up against this enemy, when we go up against the economics, when we go up against the imbalanced economy. We got the same thing. You follow me? And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why the Nation of Islam would side with Trump, and they would side with Trump as well as Tariq Nasheed. You want me to show you why? One of the main reasons why. 1 second, let me pull this up. One of the main reasons why, and I'm going to share it with you right quick. One of the main reasons why is because as California Attorney General, Senator Kamala Harris filed felony charges against Scientologists for grand theft and insurance fraud. Listen, I don't take no sides. In fact, I got a show coming up to critique Kamala. But this is why it makes sense. This is why. This is why. So, of course, she's not a friend of the NOI. When the NOI was in cahoots with Scientology. Yeah. So I mean, listen. I'm probably one of the most controversial guys as it relates to putting out information. Anything that I put out, I'm not making up. I'm only giving to you that which I research. I'm only giving you that which I research. I'm not making nothing up. I'm not making none of this up. I'm not making, I could see if I was making stuff up and people get mad at me, but I'm not making none of this up. Show me where the NOI was in a community and the whole community prospered. No, the NOI, they take things out of the community and they build NOI. And that's just the fact of the matter. There is no apartment buildings owned by the NOI in any community for just regular everyday people. There is no grocery store owned in no community for just everyday people. Anytime there's a store, that money leaves out of that neighborhood and goes somewhere else. Listen, family. I know people don't like the truth the way that it comes out, but it's the truth indeed. The same way that the Korean takes money out of the neighborhood and send it to Korea. The same way that the Jewish person take money out the neighborhood and send it to Israel. The same way NOI take money out of the community and send it for their endeavors. That's just the fact of the matter. There is no community center in any neighborhood where bean pies are sold. I mean, come on now. If people say that the NOI is the most prosperous out of all of the conscious community, the Moors and everybody else combined, where's the rehab center? Where's the rehab center? It might be one, but I don't see them. Not here in Baltimore. And I'm not knocking the NOI. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Now, with that being said, let this play.
The Democrats are undermining themselves. Yeah, the Democrats are undermining themselves. And again, we can just leave Trump in it. We're not going to get nothing. Just leave Trump in there. We're not getting anything. We ain't losing anything.
Y'all see? There's the play. Just leave Trump in there. We ain't getting nothing. This is when he started dropping the seeds for Trump.
Yeah. He don't give a shit about no black vote.
You see that?
Yeah. So we got to understand the game.
He said Trump do not give a about black folks.
Yeah.
Listen one more time.
He don't give a shit about no black vote. Yeah. So we got to understand the game. We got to understand the game. Everybody, while you're coming in here, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button. Go to FBAC2020.com.
So that's 2020. In 2024, and I just picked this. I didn't put this video together. I spliced it. I didn't type anything on it. So if you see some bad words, that wasn't me. That was there when I picked it up. I think that come from 1,000 views. But the whole point that I'm making is that.
But family is very important.
Somebody say they are nation building. Family, I'm not doubting that they're nation building. I'm just saying it's just not all inclusive for us as a people. It's for the Nation of Islam. And that's just what it is. Leeways, that's just what it is. I'll debate anybody on that. It's not all inclusive.
That we mark our history. It's very important that we take control of the narrative of our history. There were some LGBT groups out here doing all types of stuff. The black issues. They're going very hard body doing this right now. Oh, goodness. Well, here's another one where he's lying. Hold on.
Now, dealing with a mixed woman, the way you step to her depends on a few things. Now, if it's an upscale white woman who had a child with an upscale black guy, that has a lot to do with the way the woman thinks. And actually, that's the better union. Because the female is basically going to take on the characteristics and the ideology and the culture of her mother. No matter what her ethnic background is, or...
Did y'all just hear that? Listen again, just in case you didn't hear it. Y'all please clip this, put it on your Twitters. Listen again.
Because the female is basically going to take on the characteristics and the ideology and the culture of her mother.
Now listen to that. All right? Now listen to this.
I'm like, there's rumors going around that your mother-in-law is white. And it was like, what? Not Tariq. He is so down and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife.
Hold on.
Thought this was a dude. Lord, I'm gonna put clown in your ass.
Let me bring it back for y'all
It's
real quick.
funny what you saying. I was like, okay, I'll be all that.
Now, what was your question?
I'm like, there's rumors going around that your mother-in-law is white. And it was like, what? Not Tariq. He is so down and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife's mother is white. Yeah, but my wife is black. So what they got?
All right. Now listen here.
Characteristics and the ideology and the culture of her mother. No matter what her ethnic background is, or even if she was adopted or whatever, whose ass she popped out of. That's who she gonna take after. If she has an upscale white woman as a mother, she's gonna have upscale white girl characteristics. You've seen like mixed girls who are like, you know.
If she have upscale characteristics as a quote-unquote white woman, she's going to have upscale like a mother. He confused me with that one. Y'all see this? Y'all hear this? This guy's delusional at best. I want you to hear this one more time.
She's going to have upscale white girl characteristics. You've seen like mixed girls who are like, you know, talking like a valley girl.
Let me play another one. Hold on.
White women who were more oppressed and black men who were oppressed. A lot of people might say, oh my God, how so? Now, if any white women are listening, white women know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
He said white women was more oppressed than black women, which, hey, I guess that's up for debate. But one thing that we know that he says about quote unquote black women is that black women are the only time that they're thin if they're 15 or on crack. This is the guy that is going to give people reparations. This is the guy that makes sense as it relates to social issues. Insane. I want to play this back one more time for my own entertainment.
Not Tariq. he is so down, and he's like educated so many people, including myself. So I was like, what's up? What's up? I want to know it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, my wife's mother is white. Yeah, but my wife is black.
My wife mother is white, but my wife.
She's going to have upscale white girl characteristics. You've seen like mixed girls who are like, talking like a valley girl.
Let me play another one. Hold on.
White women who are more.
So what I'm saying is, why do people think that this is a reasonable source of information? It's beyond me that someone would think that Tariq Nasheed is a reasonable source of information. I mean, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's just unbelievable. And then got the nerve to post something like this. Got the nerve. Family, have you ever seen one post derogatory associated with a European? Just one from this guy. Just one. Just one. Anybody ever seen one post that have imagery that is derogatory as this, associated with a European? I'm not saying that one should have one, because I don't agree with that type of behavior. I think that's childish to have a derogatory thing about anybody. I just think it's childish. Like, what sense does it make me putting up something, a derogatory stereotype for a European? What sense does it make? That doesn't make any sense. What sense does it make for me to put up a derogatory thing of a Russian? I don't care. My issues are right here that we're trying to solve. My issue is not to try to showcase the downtrodden, derogatory stereotype of a Russian or a German or somebody of any other European. That's just silly. But we allow those that look like us to perpetuate the concepts that European oppressors gave us, to continue to perpetuate them. And no one seems to even listen, fam. No one seems to care. No one seems to care that this was European stereotypes. And now, someone whose ancestors was a victim of it, now they continue to push them. When you talk about the bed wench, came from the term wench of a slave, to be sold at the house of Captain Garrett Vandercars, 11 Charlestown, 12 Negro men and a young Negro wench. And this guy can use the term fluently to refer to women. Straight from the slaveholder's handbook. And won't nobody check it. This is insane to me, family. This is totally insane to me that people do not check this stuff. No one checks this stuff. No one, I mean, people don't even pay attention to this. The only place that he went to for reparations was outside of LA. Somebody wrote this. California has been having reparations meeting for a while now, open to the public. Tariq Nasheed hasn't been to any of them, but got time to make a video and talk about people who didn't show up. The only time he went, he didn't go in his hometown for the reparations meeting. Remember? Where did he go at? I think he went to San Francisco and got ran out of there. You know what I'm saying? Family, let me share something with you. And this is not a stereotype. Thank you so much, family, for your support. Please share. We're going to double back on it. We're going to double back on this show. And I'm going to bring some more clips together because we got a lot. We got a lot to share to follow up on the show. I'm just going to have to retitle it. But what I want to show you is So today, family, I was. Let me tell you. I want to give you the truth of the matter at hand, family. The truth of the matter is this, right? We can laugh and we can joke, and we can blame everybody else for our situation, and our condition. But in reality, family, today, let me see if I can pull it up. Today, I was it's funny to me, but I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. Today, I was going down the road, and I had a slow leak in my tire. You know what I mean? The tire thing came on, and I was like, man, I got to go and get my tire straight, right? And so at the end of the day, I'm saying to myself, I better do it now because I really don't want to be stuck nowhere. So I pulled over to the closest place I could find to get my tire straight. And what do you know? It's some African guys that own the spot. And let me talk to you, my African brothers and sisters. When somebody asks you where you from, please don't play with our intelligence and say Africa. We know that you from Africa. We're referring to the country, because when we understand the geographical location, we understand to a degree a little bit of the culture and how to interact. What I'm saying is, there is some people like that come from South Africa that could come off as a little bit uppity. You follow me? Those that have been integrated into that culture. But then you got people that are from Ghana that are more outgoing. And then you got people from Kenya, the men, and it's not, and I don't want to be stereotypical, but they kind of can be a little bit snobbish, the men. Do you know what I'm saying? So when somebody asks you, this for my African brothers and sisters, like, where are you from? Just let people know. And if you are more gracious, if you are more gracious, then it comes off that, okay, now we can work together. But if you come off kind of hostile, like I'm from Africa, and then you kind of push off as like you here doing business and we trying to do business with you. You know what I mean? So that's a suggestion. Because every time I run into an African brother and I am about to engage in some type of business for whatever reason, I said, where you from, brother? Africa. And I got to go in and give him the 5th degree. Brother, I know you from Africa, brother. What country, bro? Bro, stop that. Stop that. You know what I mean? And then we get off at a good start. But I wanted to say that all the complaining in the world is not going to change the fact that African brothers, they're over here to make a living. It is what it is. It is to make a living. They're over here to make a living. And when I went to get my car straight today, this brother was out in the rain with sandals on. He was getting it in. Now, I know people can make a joke out of this, but this is the extent that my brother from Cameroon will go. He actually told me he was from Cameroon. This is the extent that he will go to make a living. Family, I just want to use this as an example that if we are not willing to go this distance to make a living for ourselves and our family and, and be able to budget, then we have no right to really talk about anybody else. Like, we shouldn't be talking about nobody anyway, because this is the job. When they say taking our jobs, man, this is a tough one here. He was in that joint and he was out. Listen, he was out that joint getting in. He was jacking the car up, everything. Look at them demonstrations. Goodness gracious. But this is what I'm saying. They are willing to go through to the limit. They are really willing to go to the limit because guess what? There's opportunity here. And the same opportunity that they're grabbing, at some point, we need to take the same opportunity. See, that's what I'm saying. See, bro, you're doing the same thing, Tariq. Now, I am not. I'm not demonizing this brother. I'm trying to use an example that if we want to compete for the resources, we got to get out there and compete. I'm not telling the brother to go home. I'm not telling the brother that he's not allowed to jack up a car and change. What are you talking about, Lionel? Us old say, stop being so sensitive. Understand the silver lining. Understand the silver lining, Lionel. That is just not something that you see every day from someone that was born here in Baltimore. But if we want to compete, we got to be out there ready to get it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't say I'm doing no Tariq. No, I'm not. I mean, I would never tell my brothers and sisters that they got to go back to oppression, that they got to go back to colonization. I would never tell my brothers that. Never in a million years. I don't even care if they do ignorant stuff. I would never tell my brother, you got to go back to Africa. I would never tell my brother, you left your town to come here. I would never do that. But what I'm saying is that we here in America, that if we want to compete, we got to be ready to come forth and compete, whether it's the rain and sandals or whether it's the sunshine with a tank top. It is what it is. That's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making. And guess what? He fixed my tire. Guess what? I'll be going back to him again. I'll be taking my wife's car back there. And I know, and I'm not making a qualm about it. He did an excellent job. And a reasonable price. See, I'm the type of person where I'm willing to pay for what I ask for. And it doesn't matter if you're from Senegal or you're from Central Avenue around the corner. Not to me. Not to me. But the whole point that I'm making, family, is that all of this, the new white supremacist looks just like you. That's the new white supremacist. He said, brothers from DR are opening up a tire and mechanic shop. There you go. Zahir Tariq, there you go. So there we go. We need to open up mechanic shops. We need to open up mechanic shops, look like it. Like the thing is, there's nothing wrong with friendly competition. If McDonald's is here and Burger King is across the street, what that tells you? That tells you that they're competitors. That tells you that they're competitors. So even like the guy here say FBA all day. Okay, stop demonizing and criticizing our people and get out there and be competitive. FBA all day. But then you say, oh, they need to go back this, they need to go back that. No, come out there and be competitive. On one street, you got McDonald's, you got Wendy's, and you got Burger King. What's stopping us for making up a FBA king? All FBA doing is crying on Twitter. What stops us from making up a FBA burger? I don't eat meat, but my point is, why is it always the criticizing and the demonization of our people by those or the FBA leader that look like us? Why? Because that's the game. Because that's the playful play. That's the playful play that was put out there by Donald Trump. Crip say, I ain't eating no FBA burger. GS. Now, let's talk about the lineage real quick. I want to talk about this because now they're trying to propagandize this FBA lineage, all right? I don't eat burgers, so I'm good. But they do got, I would tell you what, this is shameless drop. We got moms here. It's a mom's roast. Family. Tuberay. I don't see you see the bigger scheme. Cracking only jokes on us is no longer a joke, brother. Taharka, you know Tariq got love for all people. He just be cracking jokes on Africans for entertaining purposes. Well, if you think somebody running for a banana is entertaining when that's what the European used to call us and demean us with, then by all means, have your fun. But I don't find that fun. I don't find that funny. And you shouldn't either. It's goofy, it's silly, and it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? This is unnecessary, bro. Bro, this is unnecessary. You think that's for fun? I want you to answer me, bro. Do you think that's funny? A monkey transitioning into a man? Do you think that's funny? I'm asking you what you think. I don't use derogatory jokes for FBAs. Yeah, I can make a joke about FBA. I don't think I use many, but I do not make derogatory, insensitive jokes about FBA. I never do that. I've never made an insensitive joke about FBA as it relates to ethnicity, as it relates to historicity, or anything like that. I think they slowing on the short bus, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But hold up. I'm not finished yet. I got one other thing I wanted to share. One other thing I wanted to share. Made me lose. Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about this thing.
He supported. What is FBA?
To justify this.
FBA is not a group. FBA is not an organization.
Let me stop.
FBA is
what they're trying to do now is superimpose what a lineage is, and there is no leader. Family, I'm going to have to do a whole class on this soon. And this is the precursor to the class. First of all, FBA is not a leaderless organization. All right? FBA, I'm going to say it again, family, FBA is not a leaderless organization. Family, who coined the term FBA? Please type it in the Please type it in. Who coined the term FBA? Tariq Nasheed coined the term FBA. Is that right? If Tariq Nasheed coined the term FBA, then by default, he is the head of what we know to be FBA. That's number one. All right? That's number one. Number two, who made the flag FBA? Who made the flag? Who made the flag? Claude Anderson did not create Foundational Black Americans. Stop. He created something similar. Who created the flag? Tariq Nasheed. Who created the FBA holiday, Aura Tuesday? Tariq Nasheed. He's creating a whole custom and culture around FBA. He's creating everything. He created the flag. He created a holiday. He created what was that? the FBA rally for reparations? Hey, family, who owns the trademark and copyright for FBA? Tariq Nasheed. Who says FBA have their own museum? Tariq Nasheed. What about the FBA Expo? Tariq Nasheed. You cannot sit up there and tell me that FBA don't have a leader. The leader of FBA is Tariq Nasheed. He's created everything that goes along with FBA. Everything. And he got it trademarked and copywritten. He is the owner of FBA. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So one can say all they want to. The FBA is a lineage. And those who are recycling that conversation are only aiding and abetting the hustle. So whoever did this post right here, give me 1 second. Whoever did this post, what is FBA? They're only aiding and abetting. And they falling straight into the propaganda that it plays.
Lineage, remember. A lineage is lineal descent from an ancestor, ancestry, or pedigree. As a result, we are descendants of the African, Black Irish, and Aboriginal blacks who built the United States. Here we went through an ethnogenesis.
Now they're trying to intellectualize stupidity. Now they try, listen to how they're trying to intellectualize ignorance. Listen to this.
Be supportive. What is FBA? FBA is not a group. FBA is not an organization. FBA is a lineage, remember.
FBA is a group. This is why they group up in spaces on Twitter or X and they have conversation. They are a group. They group up and listen to Tariq Nasheed at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a group. They are a group. Let's define real quick before I get out of here. I got about 10 more minutes. I'm going to go about 10 more minutes. Bear with me. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this. Lineage, lineal. Lineage, lineal. Descendant from an ancestor, ancestry, or pedigree. Now, if we're going to say it's a lineage.
Be supportive. What is FBA? FBA is not a group. FBA is not an organization. FBA is a lineage, remember. A lineage is lineal descent from an ancestor, ancestry, or pedigree.
Stop right there. Since the creator came up with this term FBA, why don't someone demand that he show that his ancestry and pedigree goes back to whatever the date they want to use? In other words, who's your mama? Who's your daddy? And who's their mama? Who is their daddy? Who is their mama? Who is their daddy? Who is their mama? Who is their daddy? And let's see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed? Did your mama and your daddy name you Tariq Nasheed? How do you get to represent a lineage, create a lineage group, and no one knows your lineage? No one even knows your name. You wasn't born Tariq Nasheed. You wasn't born Tariq Nasheed. What was your mama name? Out of anybody of FBA, you should be the first one to prove that you are FBA by name and circumstances and physical proof. In other words, I was born, you not the vague conversation that I was born in Michigan and I was raised in Alabama and I caught a plane to LA. No. Who's your mama? Who's your father, Mr. FBA? It's your lineage, remember? But no one knows your lineage. You can tell everybody that's your lineage, but you ain't show no proof. No one that follows you know your name. They know the name that you adopted. They know the name that you took on. No one knows your name. Yet, you can run this playful play ideal that FBA is not a group but a lineage. Well, prove your lineage. Prove your lineage. No FBA will ask anybody to do that. The only thing they use to prove people lineage is a hairline. A hairline. And they take this stuff serious? Family, we got to wake up, fam. They define lineage with a hairline. Family, can you believe this? They define a lineage with a hairline. And they don't even know this man's name. They don't even know who he is. They don't even know his birth name. They can't even trace his lineage if they wanted to, because you first got to have the birth name of the person. Like, for instance, you call me Taharka Bay. I was born Toronto Johnson. That's something you can work with. You ain't got to run into a brick wall looking up Taharka Bay. No. You know my mama ain't named me no Taharka Bay. But if you want to look me up, his name is Toronto Johnson. Tariq Nasheed. Look him up. You're going to hit a brick wall. So when you're talking about FBA as a lineage, and you don't demand the founder of FBA to prove his lineage, it's all a farce. I don't care how many scholars you try to get to articulate it. It's all a farce.
As a result, we are descendants of the African, Black Irish, and Aboriginal blacks who built the United States. Here we went through an ethnogenesis that combined all of these knowledges.
That's a new one, the Black Irish. Now they descended of Black Irish.
All of this genetic memory that comes from 3 different ethnic groups, 3 different continents, America, Europe, and Africa. And
ain't that crazy? He said that FBA come from 3 different ethnic groups. Europe, America, and Africa. Well, golly be. So we come from the Black Irish out of Europe. We come from the indigenous America and Africa. Those are the 3 that creates the FBA. I would love to debate this guy. Whoever this guy is. This stuff sounds good to people that don't know no better.
Different ethnic groups, 3 different continents, America, Europe, and Africa. And we put it all together. And that's why today world culture is based upon FBA culture.
Man, we just go for anything. Family, I'm going to tell you, the new white supremacist is the one that uses all of our handicaps that was taught to us by Europeans against us. And they're not even handicaps. What do you want me to dispute? What do you want me to dispute? 80s baby, what do you want me to dispute before I go? He says he don't hear me any facts to dispute it. Okay, let me dispute it. Let me dispute it. Family, we are not descendants from specifically Black Irish. That's silly at best. In fact, the North Africa, the northwest, southwestern shores of Africa is where many of those who was put into chains and brought here, and then some was taken from the interior of Africa. All right. Do you know where the Black Irish is? Let me pull up Ireland for you. Let me pull up Ireland for you. Maybe you don't know. And they wasn't even in the equation during the slave trade per se. The Portuguese, one second. Let me just pull it up for you real quick. Pull it up for you real quick. Let me pull it up for you real quick. I don't know why you think that, but let me pull it up for you real quick. Here you go. Let me pull it up for you real quick. So for Mr. who want to speak out of turn. You see where Ireland is? It's an island right there. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Let me help you out real quick. Don't get it twisted real quick. Let me help you out. Let me just shrink it down. Listen to this. All right. Let me give you a brief little lesson. First of all, majority of the slaves, and we know this historically to be true due to the records. Ireland is here. Majority of the slaves came out of here in the beginning, and from the Portuguese, and then down the northwestern, southwestern shores of Africa, and some was snatched from the interior. So when you're talking about millions of Africans that was here, the Moors had already traveled here way before the 1800s and early 1900s. What are you talking about? Irish immigrants came to the New Orleans, mixing in LA. New Orleans, what are you talking about? We had already been on the eastern seaboard. But majority of the population of dark melanated people came straight out of Spain and North Africa in the beginning. And then it worked its way down. So whatever people came from Ireland, it wouldn't even be enough percentage to even identify the lineage from a bloodline from that regard. And in fact, the mixture was so compelling of people being brought here and people who had traveled here from Africa that the bloodline is not a direct, pure bloodline from any nation out of Africa. To keep it a whole stack. So when you're talking about Black Irish, nah. I can go into great detail and break that down. Because during the time that you're talking about, the 1800s and the 1900s, The Europeans had already got control of the seas. What are you talking about? Before the Europeans controlled the seas, the Moors controlled the seas. The Europeans was already in control of the seas. It wasn't no black Irish going across no seas in no 1900s. What are you talking about? Who told this 80s baby that? No black Irish going across no seas. Probably not even in the 1800s. The Europeans had that locked down. The Spanish had them waters locked down. This is why they speak Spanish in South America. They had that locked down. Who told you that information? Once the Moors do you remember the pirates of the Caribbean? Do you remember when they always talked about pirates in the seas? They was talking about, quote unquote, black African Moors that was jumping on their ships. They was taking all of their goods and they was sinking the ship. Those was Moors. Once they conquered the pirates, the Moors, they gained control over the seas. And they've had control over the seas ever since. And that's indisputable. So the 18 and 1900s, I just thought about what I was saying. I said, hold on. The 18 and 1900s, oh no, bro, you way off at that point because the European was in total control at that point. The Europeans was in total control. The last stronghold of African people was the Moors of North Africa and southwestern shores of Africa. Those was the last stronghold of our people. That was it. Indisputable. You said they were immigrants. What do you mean they were immigrants? They would not, I'm not saying that you're wrong, 80s baby, but that doesn't sound plausible. That doesn't sound plausible because the European controlled the seas in the 1800s and the 1900s. There wasn't nobody just traveling through the seas talking about I'm coming to visit America. So what do you mean immigrants? Was they on a slave ship? What are you talking about? What do you mean they was immigrants? They chartered a boat from Ireland and then came. Come on, man. I'm done. My game over. I'm over. I'm over, Crip. I'm over, Crip. I am focused. My show over. I've been over. Crip says stay focused. Folks, I'm done. I made my point. I was done 15 minutes ago. But I wanted to address 80s baby because 80s baby way off with that one. He way off with that one. But anyway, family, we'll be back tomorrow, family. I got another good one for you tomorrow. I got some more clips. Was the Moors traveling? Yeah, the Moors was traveling here. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. The Moors had traveled the planet. European immigrants came here by the millions in the 1800s. Not by the millions, but they were here. Yeah, I think 80s baby got me wrong. Bro, I'm talking about black Irish. I'm talking about black Irish. But anyway, family, I don't want to get into this big history lesson. The point that I'm making, like I said, I agree, 80s baby. Let me get back on track. Family, y'all gotta clip these. Did everybody see these clips? Everybody see these clips? Family, y'all gotta clip these clips. Y'all gotta put them up on social media. Anything that I share, you're welcome to share. Share these things, clip these things, make shorts out of these things. Some of the things that you haven't heard, I'm going to have some more clips coming on Wednesday that you may have not even heard that I'm going to speak on as it relates to the leader of the FBA. Family, you need to take these, you need to clip these, you need to make shorts out of them, you need to put them on Twitter, you need to put them up on IG, you need to take this information and do what it do. Because the new white supremacist is the one that looks like you. The new white supremacists look like you. Stop looking for the white supremacist with a hood on. Oh, do you want to do this one? That's why I was trying to create a group where I could upload all of my information. Family, press 7 if I think I'm going to create a group. I think I'm going to create a group so I can put all my clips in. Listen, somebody, Kevin Sullivan say, I think it's better to mind your business. Well, guess what? When we see things that's going wrong and we have the ability to make it better, I think it's better to make it better. And if everybody thought like you, this world will be stuck in the dark ages. Our business is making sure that we take care of one another. That's our business. That's our business. If everyone just mind their business, the crooks run rampant. The swindlers do whatever they want. They got the run of and this is why they want to silence myself and other people in other channels like this. Because it gives them the ability to go unchecked. Somebody say Black Americans have their own lineage. Just as Mitch, you're salty about Tariq is a businessman, but the lineage is still. Listen, I don't doubt one moment that we are a unique people. I know, I don't doubt one moment that we are a unique people. TGM, let me address TGM. I don't doubt one moment that we are a unique people here in America. Descendants from the slave experience. I don't doubt that 1 minute. But that doesn't compel me to talk greasy about my brothers and sisters who also was victimized by the same oppressor across the water or on an island. I don't feel that I need to be on the side of white supremacists to victimize the same people that was victimized by the same oppressor that I was victimized by. I don't believe that I got to worry about them coming here and taking something from me when I know that the more of us here, the better chances we got to get this oppressor off our neck. I know that the more of us that's here, we have more chances of waking up and coming together and doing something as a collective, as opposed to me isolating myself with some fake phony title called FBA, and my people are all around the world, a global people, and the strength of our numbers could change things in a snap of the fingers. I have more confidence. I have more confidence in us, in our numbers around the planet, than I have in isolating myself with some made up Twitter name, FBA. I have more confidence. I have more confidence than people coming here from Jamaica and joining with me. I have more confidence. I have more confidence for my people from Puerto Rico coming here joining with me. I have more confidence for my people from Cuba. I have more confidence than my people from Africa, my people from Australia, my people from around the globe that would come here and that see the conditions as the same conditions that they face in their home. And I have more confidence. And Haiti, I have more confidence in that. I don't have confidence in isolating myself as they try to isolate us during slavery. When they try to say that you learn this language and you don't read. Someone say, but GS, what about the many of us non-FBA who are jealous of FBA and side with white supremacy against FBA? Can't deny that. I don't care about the ignorant people. Let me tell you something, Damian Logan. Marcus Garvey once says, intelligence ruled the world and ignorance bear the burden. If Europeans got foreigners siding with ignorance, they will ultimately bear the burden. Intelligence ruled the world, ignorance bear the burden. No matter whose side that one falls on, if it falls on the ignorant side, they will ultimately bear the burden of the intelligent. But let me tell you what happens in the real world, Damian Logan. When I go up in the real world, when I see people that look like me, they always courteous. When I see people that look like me, they're always gracious. And if they're not, I stay out their way. The same way you stay out a European way that don't have your best interests. The same way you stay out a Chinese person way that don't have your best interests. Just stay out their way, and you build with people that build with you. You don't see no pigeon trying to blend in with no raven. Listen, Damon Logan said he identified as an Israelite. Brother, you have a bigger fight on your hand dealing with the European Israeli than dealing with someone who don't identify as FBA or identify as FBA. Your bigger problem is Israel. You got a whole bunch of fights on your hand. You got a whole bunch of fights on your hand. You talk about those who don't identify as FBA. Shoot, you got them. Listen. So you rather deal with that as opposed to deal with those that's sitting up there in Israel right now. They got your identity. Come on, man. You got the religious European Jew. Got your identity. That might be the bigger fight you want to focus on. What else? What else you got? You got the Zionists. Come on, man. You really got time to be focused on somebody don't like you and they talking in defense of the white supremacists when you got a whole appropriation of an identity on your plate? You really got time to be focused on the colonization of the mind of our people? You really got time for that? Anybody that side with an oppressor or white supremacy, they just got the colonized sickness of the mind. And anybody that side with this crazy expression of bigotry against each other, that's just another form of institutional slavery. And you really got time for that? Nah, bro, you ain't got time for that. You got a bigger fight. You got more people that look like you, that can agree with you, that you can fight with instead of fighting against. That's just what it is, fam. I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate you. Let me thank a few people before I get out of here, fam. I went on a tangent this last 30 minutes, and it felt good because I ain't been live for me. So excuse my tangent, family, but it feel good. Nah, for real. I went on a little tangent, man, and yeah, man, it feel good because I let people know sometimes. Gotta let them know sometime. I gotta let them know sometime, family. Because at the end of the day, family, when you're talking about white supremacy with that look like us, I mean, when you talk about white supremacy that look like us, family, we should pay close attention as to what's going on. Real talk, family. Let me just share this with you real quick, family. No one ever has yet, let me say as of now, no one has yet to explain this European in the car watching me when I was in California. No one has yet to explain the one on the roof watching me and the one in the car yet. No one has explained that yet. Mind you, I didn't even know they was there until I came home and looked at the footage at 8:30 in the morning. This is 8:30 in the morning, and these people waiting for me. And people think I'm supposed to be out there to be fighting in the middle of the street. And I didn't see them. I seen some other ones. Somebody said it could have been Tariq himself. He two places at one time? He two places at one time? Family, that don't make no sense. The point that I'm making is, family, it's bigger than what you think. It's bigger than what you think, family. It's bigger than what you think, family. You think, thank you so much, Liddell Moore. Thank you so much, J Bones. The reason why, and I'm going to go with this. The reason why Homeland Security came to raid P. Diddy homes is because P. Diddy was a federal agent informant. And the feds would not be able to raid that without it being a conflict of interest. Wasn't nobody looking for me. Family, that old fat man in the car, let me get ready to go because y'all about to get me worked out. Eric Kennedy, that was an old fat man in the car talking about, I'd like to see him around here. I'd like to see him around here. Like, stop, man. Stop. Stop. Y'all just want to see violence. I know you do. You're lucky the gangbangers didn't see you. You just want to see stupidity. I know you do. Come on, man. We better than that. That's what you was hoping for? You was hoping that I don't make it home to my babies? That's what you was hoping for, brother? Huh? That's what you want? You don't want another brother to make it home to his babies? That's what you want? That would have made you feel good? That I couldn't make it home to my babies? That's what it's been reduced to? That I don't make it home to my babies? I'm out there to simply address someone called me a registered sex offender? And you don't want me to make it home to my babies? Well, you plan, I plan, and God plan.
Certified boogeyman.
And God plan never fails.
Certified boogeyman.
Thank you for joining me tonight, family.
Certified boogeyman.
This was one of the shows that I like to do.
Regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
That's right.
We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up. Allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper claimed he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes.
Certified boogeyman.
And trying to figure out which one has the venom sac under his tongue. This one is not poison.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who says I smacked somebody? Poke your chest out, then slide thousands of miles. Check it out. For a peace order. I'm back like I left something. And you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed, affiliated with the guns? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip-hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character, turned you to a thug. From Cosmo to K-Fact, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, snitching on the hood. How you make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop? Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them. That's right.
He's back!
Yeah. What time do you want us to wrap up this?
Well, 9.
Kind of everyone's here.
9.
I mean, they're being cool and hanging out. Are you videoing?
Yeah, I'm Instagram live, but yeah, 9. Let's do 9.
You are?
Yeah.
You are?
Oh, where you at? Where you at? Oh, where you at? Where you at? Oh, where you at? Where you at?
We're here with Tariq.
Yeah.
He will not walk his own red carpet.
No.
We're not doing business. We're doing a huge event tonight.
Yeah.
These comments are so pretty. Oh